esteemed pleasure of interviewing two guys that I call friends, family. We're colleagues, co-workers too, but this ain't about that. This is about a new project that you guys are working on, and it excites me to talk about it for real, because I've kind of watched it. So over the past, couple of years, I've watched you, Nico, just kind of use all the gifts, we'll say. But then D2, watching you just talk about all of the things you want to get involved in, and then just seeing, it's kind of like a Hansel and Gretel story. Because I watched God kind of sprinkle, the little pieces along the trail, and watch you two navigate until you came with this awesome project. So let's talk about first, what is this, a group? Are you guys individuals? Or is this a group? Is this the Neptunes? Or is it like, what is it?
So we are individuals. We'll always be individuals. But yes, I like that. Nobody said the Neptunes, but we keep be chatting for real. Back in the day, because they don't like each other no more.
We gonna talk about that right now.
They got a little dispute with some money, and somebody said that wrote this song, and you wrote that song. No, man, but yeah, this all came about. I was leaving the BMI Gospel Awards, and me and D2 had talked, and I was like, man, I was in that room that day, and I just felt so inspired. I was like, man, I should be up there, because I used to write in high school, but I stopped years ago. So I was like, yo, I want to write again. Let's do it. And so I remember we were talking literally when I was leaving, and he was like, bro, like, you don't shoot, I produce, I write, I do this. And so it just happened easily. It happened really, really, really authentic. We came back to the studio here at the station, and we just started like messing around with ideas, and it just happened, and it just started to flow, and here we are, a whole record. This is crazy.
But it's also timely, right? Because you wrote this book. And I heard You're Healed.
Yep.
So you were in your writing bag. And then went to this BMI thing, which kind of probably planted a seed. Like, I'm already writing. I got this book out. Maybe I should do music now. And you have been serving in the background, so to say, of a really big church here in Atlanta. And a lot of times the space that you serve in, people don't really talk about often. You don't really get a light shine on you, right?
For sure.
So tell people about that role, and then what caused you to want to take the step up, out of the shadows into the light.
Yeah, well, I've always been a musician, growing up in church, and I come from a very musical family with a whole bunch of musicians, drummers, organists, keyboardists, things of that nature. So that's just my fabric. That's just who I am. It's in my blood. It's in my genes. So the church you're referencing is World Changers Church International, Pastor Creflo Dollar.
Yes.
I am his organist there at the church, and I've been there for about 4 years now. But I've played all over Atlanta as a musician. So, I know a lot of people in the music community and things of that nature, but when it comes to writing and producing, there's always been this internal struggle, and it's been a battle that I've fought. I don't even know why, but long story short, sometimes when there's something that God wants you to do, you hit a wall, or you kind of like struggle with that call, right? And basically it just kind of came to a point where I was like, I'm tired of wrestling with it. I'm just gonna embrace it, and I'm just gonna walk, not even knowing where this is gonna take me, and I started just writing, and I started producing, and me and my family was just listening to the records, that's where I was like, nobody else hears it, we're just going to it, and it got to the point that my son was like, Dad, I want to hear your song.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, I don't want to hear that, I want to hear your song. And he's like 6 at the time. So that sparked my creativity. That was the thing that ignited this whole journey. So when Nico and I, as you mentioned, those sprinkles, when we started talking, it was just the right time.
So, and both of you write. Are both of you writing on this song?
Yep. So both of us are writing on the song. He produced it. I got it. D2's really talented with his musical ear. I think we balance each other well. And it's so funny because I was telling somebody earlier, I said, I'm the creator, right? I'm the creative. I have these big, wild ideas, you know how we are.
Yeah.
And so, and he's more the laid back one. I'm like, yeah, we can do this. And so, and then there's different vibes. There's different vibes too, where like, I'm definitely the one that likes to see things through. And he's like, let's put it out today. I'm like, whoa, that's not. We got to do interviews. We need content. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it balances really well. And one of the things we always go back to, and I told him this very early in the beginning. I said, I'm not doing anything that's going to be difficult. It needs to be easy. Easy with the people we choose. Meaning we're not chasing people down. We can send them a record. If they don't like it, cool, next person.
Right.
We're not gonna make it crazy. I said, God, I'm being obedient. I really am sitting back and saying, God, whoever's supposed to be on this, let them be on it. Whoever wants to interview, let them interview us. And let it happen naturally. I think we're at a stage in life where, at least I can speak for myself, that I've done a lot of things, but in this season I told God I'm doing all things. Philippians is 4:13 is my favorite. I can do all things, right? So this season I am literally doing all things that God brings to me. So he was a great balance, and I'm gonna let him talk because he said something last night that I thought was key, and it kind of describes our balance, if you will.
I don't remember what I said last night, but
he was talking about how I helped bring him out of the shadow, if you will.
Oh, yeah.
Because I like the question that you asked earlier because he's been so used to being behind the scenes.
Yeah. This
is different for him, right?
Yeah.
So this is very different. So doing interviews is like, for me, I'm like, hey, what y'all want to know? Is it on? So it's really cool because the balance is there and it's so authentic. It's really authentic.
Let's talk about you got this song. I write and create too, right? We both know. So when you come up with this song and it's done, you use some AI to just get the sound, just to put it together, right? So you can hear it.
For sure.
Talk about that process because a lot of people are using AI now, and you used it as a tool in helping to navigate what the final product would sound like.
Yeah, I think with AI and just particularly with music, we'll just stick with that. Obviously, it's a hot topic. You have those that are against it. You have those that are for it. You have those that just don't know much about it, right? So I was fortunate enough to kind of like find out about AI through an uncle of mine who's heavy in the music industry. He told me about it a year ago. He was like, man, you got to try this thing out. I was like, all right, cool. I tried it out and I fell in love with it. Not so much for it to be a crutch or for it to do the work for me. I fell in love with it because it became a canvas that I could use that allowed me to use my creativity and my full imagination. Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
it made things easier. Yeah, like the days of having to book studio time and spend so much money putting together just a sample record, right? Just something that people could hear. So you were able to use AI to put together this sample so that you could figure out who really belonged on the album or on this song.
I mean, it really is a tool. I upload my production. I can play the piano. I can put full production in it. You know what I'm saying? We write the lyrics, marry the two together, and then you can create demos. And that's basically where all of this started. We were just creating demos and songs, and
it hit.
It hit.
The first song, the first hit.
Yes.
Right here, right now.
Yep.
When this song was done, it's created. You're sending it out, seeing who's interested in it. When you got that call back from,
I say Kenton Jones for me.
For
for sure. Kenton Jones. Listen, Kenton Jones was one of the first people I heard do gospel hip hop, right? Years ago. And so to be working with him, I told a story a little earlier that my first interaction with him was back in Charlotte. He came to my church and he was the guest performer at the men's conference. And then after that he stayed and he did the washing of the feet of the kids and stuff like that. And it just shows that, the connections and all those things work together because years later, now he's on our record. And not only is he on our record, he's super supportive. Like we've had plenty of conversations with Ken He believes in the record. He believes in us. He believes in what we're doing. I love the fact that you brought up the AI thing because I'm gonna be honest. I was like, nope, I don't want no AI artist on this joint, right? So I really was like big on that. But it came out really well. D2 did an amazing job adding and subtracting and doing all the things that he does. And so for me, it was definitely Canton. Canton for sure was that person. And then when we got Canton, it was easy to kind of work around. But the next two pieces of the puzzle were very important.
So talk about that because so Canton Jones, a no-brainer. Canton heard the song, said I love it, I want to be a part of it. You don't tell Canton no, it's yours, Canton, right? But then you have these other two components, one of which I'm very familiar with.
Yes.
How did you decide collectively? Because you know, with two creators, there could be a little bit of a tug of war here. How did you guys decide who these other pieces would be, and how easy was that?
That goes back to our motto, just keeping it simple. Things just have to be easy.
I stated that really early in the game. I said, we gonna do this, it's gotta be easy. Cause I ain't got no more room on my plate to just be like, hard. like, it can't be difficult, it can't be hard, it gotta be easy. I'm super excited for the other two people on the record. One is one of my best friends in the world, Siobhan. He used to go by Nizzy. I hit him up. We were sitting in the studio. I was like, yo, who can we put on this? And at the time, he didn't know who he was. And I was like, let me make a phone call. Made a phone call. Put him on speakerphone. I was like, hey, this is the record. Write some stuff to it. Literally. I think it might have been that night or the very next day. He sent us back 2 verses.
Wow.
He's like, which one y'all want? Which one, took direction very well. I'm going to tell you, man, it is amazing because for that individual, for Siobhan, to see where he is now, he started off in the secular world, but now he's literally doing gospel hip hop. So it's like timing, God's timing is everything. Because now I'm in a space where I can help him with his dreams,
and he's helping you with yours.
Right. So it's a no-brainer. I was like, bro, I'm gonna put you on this because I know you dope, but also because I want to see you grow.
Right.
And then Javier Devon, he
Javier Devon.
That sounds like a star.
Javier Devon.
I've known him for years now, but he's extremely talented. He's been working since he was a kid, like honestly, doing plays and things of that nature. He performed with Usher at the Super Bowl. He was one of the background dancers. Done some videos with Sierra, but what people don't really know is he is an amazing artist. You know what I'm saying? So that's really the powerful thing about this collective that we have is we just want to be vessels for people like that, like your Javier's, your Vons, your Kuzar, whoever else, you know what I'm saying? We just want to be in position to lead them to where their next is, you know what I'm saying?
Right here, right now is the single. Are there other tracks already done?
There's other tracks that are already done.
How many do we have complete? Because I know we're working on side A, right? Okay. How many tracks are done and ready?
So we're in the process. They're almost done, but we have the great Deborah Killings. The next single is gonna be crazy. We got Deborah Killings, the sound of Atlanta. She's worked with, pretty much an unofficial member of TLC.
Right.
Worked with Tony Braxton and all these things, Outkast. She's working on the next project right now.
Nice.
She's cutting her vocals. We have Kuzar. He already wrote his rap and everything like that.
And he's actually in the video too.
Yeah, he's in the video.
He's the guy in the video. He's dancing in the video too.
Speaking of the video,
yes,
they're not gonna give us no more about this other music side, as we can tell. So we're gonna move right along. Speaking of the video, got a chance to check the video out. A couple of questions.
Yes.
Number one, I don't know why I wasn't like a video vixen in this. I really feel like I could have hit him with a little shoulder or something. A holy shoulder.
A holy shoulder, yeah.
But I love the video. What made you film it in black and white?
That was my vision. Yeah, like I visualized that whole song in black and white. I was trying to figure out what I want to do, and I went to Craig Mack, played my Yeah
Love that.
and I was like, oh, it's so 90s and it's so classic and simple. And I was like, yo, this is what I want to do. And so I hit up KP, shout out to KP. He did an amazing job. I was like, hey, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm thinking. And he was like, okay, we can do that. And I was like, I really want everybody to have their different look and all the styles and stuff like that. And so that's where it came from. That's exactly where it came from. Because I had another idea at first, and I scrapped that whole idea. I said, hold up, D2, get used to me doing this. We're going to change it all up. Hold up. I got an idea. And so we changed it up, man. And it was fun. It was really fun for me. I enjoyed really being a creative director.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of award shows, not necessarily for the awards part, but for the production of it,
Yeah.
right? I've been to award shows with
Yeah.
you, and I love seeing cameras going across and panning and the shots and the staging and all of that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be honest, that for me was very fulfilling
Yeah.
because I saw what was in my head come to the film. Yeah. So it was really cool. So yeah, the video is super dope. It's very clean. I'm really looking forward for the next one too.
Oh, the next one's gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
we gotta pop up.
Yeah.
Well, I saw at the end.
Yes.
I saw at the end
Yes.
that somebody jumps in front of the camera and says, "Somebody house party."
That's us giving the teaser to the next scene.
So you remember how in the 90s they used to they have a record, but at the very end of the video they'll kind of tease the next song, or they'll play a record. So that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to kind of lead into the next. So that's why that was Nick Kuzar who did that, and he's actually featured on the next record as well.
Nice.
And so the next video, I mean, it's called House Party, right? Well, it's not. Excuse me, it's not House Party. It's
I don't know what you're gonna do.
I don't know what you're gonna do, which is a very
I don't
Tony.
know what you can
Think Tony.
Yeah,
Think
exactly.
Tony. Think House Party
3.
Yeah.
House Party 3.
Nice.
It's definitely that type of vibe,
For sure.
and it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a really good time. And I think we're shooting on like July 26th or something like
The
that.
day before my birthday?
I mean, you got it tomorrow.
That mean I might not be in the country. Wait a minute.
Listen, when I brought up, I said, wait a minute, that's daggone Beast. She ain't gonna make it.
But
Like,
look,
we gonna have to shoot
I
her
had
part
to insert
beforehand.
me or insert
Go
me
ahead.
from the island.
Hey, yeah.
Make me skinny, y'all.
No, we'll definitely make sure that somehow we work you into it.
Sure.
But yeah, for
Can't
sure.
wait.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is where we predict where this is going.
Okay.
So that later when it goes there,
Wow.
Yeah.
we have this clip and we can say, remember on this day at this time we
Yeah.
said this.
Oh, I love that.
D2,
Okay.
a year from now. Where is this project? What has this single done? What do you see for what the seeds you guys are planting today?
For sure, a label, a movement, being at the forefront of this change that's happening within the music industry and gospel music, for sure. Maybe Stellars, who knows?
Okay.
But yeah, that's what I see for sure.
Okay.
Nico?
The first thing I thought of was like Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, right? I thought about like
That's big.
Yeah, I thought about how different artists have their producers that they come to.
Okay.
You know, with us being the DJ Khaled's of this thing, if you will, right?
Yeah.
So it's like Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, they know, like everybody knows that they worked so well with Janet Jackson. They created her sound. You know, you think about like who else is somebody you think about like I had some great.
I mean, you got Dark Child.
Yeah. So like Dark Child, like
Brandy.
Rodney Jerkins is
Yeah.
Brandy. You know what I mean? So you have these people who, in a sense of what you said earlier, are vessels for these individuals. So like if we know we got Beasy sound, and we can create a sound for Beasy that stands her out, and like Babyface and Kenny Babyface and L.A. Reid did that. You know, with TLC. It's a sound. I think I'm looking forward to giving people sounds. I really want to like be vessels and be like, oh, that's a Nico and D2 track.
Right.
That's my goal. When you hear it, like when you hear a Pharrell track, or a Timbaland track,
You
you
know
know
it's
it's
them.
them. You
Yeah,
know it's them.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
oh, that's Timbaland. You hear the, you know. So that's what I want to do. But also just express ourselves through our music for other people.
Right.
You know, I think there's a lot of things that we're going to talk about. And, you know, we're just scratching the surface. I'm a very transparent person, so I want to talk about relationships. I want to talk about whether it's with God or your lover. You know, I want to talk about this, that, and the third, hardships, these things, all of that, and just really put it out there because it's life music. It's life music.
Yeah,
It's life music. It's music for people's everyday life. So whether you're happy or not, it's different.
Speaking of life, this project came about just because I know y'all business a little bit. This project came about while both of you separately were dealing with life.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff going on behind the scenes
That's why I say
as you're giving birth, you know, to this thing. And I was listening to a T.D. Jakes sermon just this morning while I was getting ready to come in.
Yeah.
And he said in there that there's always something breaking while there's a blessing being created.
Yeah.
And so as I think about that, I think about, you know, you had a loss in your family, just had a tragic accident, you know, that happened. You had loss, you know, in your family. And trying to get this baby to the birthing stage while going through all of these life things. Talk about how that felt and what you did, what you held on to help you get to the finish line.
I'm gonna be very honest. I think, you know, it's amazing how God sends you things in times when you need it the most. I think for me, it was a distraction. And it was a reminder too. It was a big reminder that everybody doesn't wake up every day.
Facts. Yeah.
Somebody who woke up today is not gonna go to sleep. You know what I mean? And so for me, it's to live big, is to do all the things that you want to do. So, you know, like I said, I'm touching everything because I can. Because if God puts it in my face, I'm going to bring it to fruition. So for me, I get the opportunity to do this. You know what I mean? Because so many people don't. There's so many. One of the quotes say, "The most dreams are found in the graveyard." I refuse. I refuse.
Yeah, and this stuff with me, I heard this years ago. It was an old pastor of mine back in the day, but he gave a illustration of how, in his sermon, how kangaroos will endure pain to prevent from giving birth if they have a sense that they're in a danger zone. And they will hold on until they get into a place of safety to birth, right? And I feel like that's been my experience, you know, looking back at it now on the other side of things. Timing is everything. And sometimes the pain that we endure often sets us up so that we can, for one, recognize that we're actually in a safe space now, right? You know, and once you get into that safe space, you can totally thrive in what you're birthing. So I feel like that's my experience.
Yeah, it's really cool to be able to say that you're doing something that somebody else didn't get the opportunity to do. And I think that's key. You know, I think that's key to keep living, keep dreaming, keep going after all your dreams.
Yeah, for sure.
Not settling. You know, whether you are in radio or television, you know, that does not discount you from being able to step outside that box and do more.
Right.
You know, so that's what I'm looking forward to.
Absolutely.
Any artists that you're hoping to be able to work with on this project?
That's a long list.
Let's give one secular and one gospel artist that right now, if you could make a phone call and just make it happen, who would it be?
Gospel PMJ, Pastor Mike Jr.
Okay.
For me, absolutely. You know, there's a lot of great I can name a couple of people connected to him that I work with as well. Secular. You know what? This is gonna be a wild card. Y'all, I don't even know if y'all know him, but Moonchild. I don't know if y'all caught up on Moonchild. Yeah, like Moonchild be dope. I just went to go see them recently for the second time. And their instrumentation is just so dope. And I just love how different they are.
Yeah.
I would say Kier Shear.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
And he hot right now too. Tip.
Come on, Tip.
Speak it. Ran into them. Stop.
All right now.
Ran into the church like.
This single comes out May 1st. The video drop at the same time.
Yes.
All right. Where will people be able to hear it? Where will people be able to see the video?
Yeah. So you're gonna be able to stream it all over the place. Everywhere you find your music. We ain't gotta name them. Y'all know who they are.
Yeah.
And then the video, of course, YouTube. We're gonna spread it across our social medias, and just put it out every time we get a chance. Just spreading the word and just putting it out.
Where can if there are people listening that maybe there's a tug on their spirit, they feel like, you know what, I do video, or I just want to be a part of what y'all are doing. How would they reach out? How do they connect with y'all?
Well, I am D2_ on the radio on Instagram. You can catch me there. That's really the only platform I use right now.
So they just slide in your DMs
Yeah,
and
for
just
sure.
let you know what
For
they
sure.
what they
I'm
got.
sliding my DMs.
Absolutely.
Let me see. I'm cool. No, Instagram, Sir Nico. I'm definitely getting on the TikTok thing. Slowly but surely, y'all. I'm coming back. It's working your way up. But yeah, just hit me up. I say the same thing. Hit me up in my DMs. Yeah.
Are you guys looking for talent?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We actually agreed upon a certain artist that I think they're gonna be our first artist. And I'm super
Nice.
excited
Yeah, for
about
sure.
them. Yeah.
Female, male,
It's a male.
Male.
It's a
Male.
male. I'm super excited because they're
rapper, singer.
rapper,
Yeah.
rapper. But I definitely want a singer too.
Okay.
I'm looking for a good singer. I'm really looking for a good singer.
Me.
But actually, since you bring that up, you mentioned a partnership.
Oh yeah, for sure,
you know,
for sure. So yeah, like, you know, we mentioned how Canton Jones has been such an influence to us, right? And it's been so helpful, just not even supporting the record and being on the record, but just giving us wise counsel in this. He's been in the business for a long time. And so, you know, we gonna make this announcement, right? So
Yep.
we actually putting out this project underneath his record label, KJ
Nice.
Records. So
For sure.
yeah, so we're rocking with Canton Jones. And we're excited. We're gonna be working.
Yeah.
He gonna have us working, y'all. we gonna be working,
Like,
so.
y'all got some homework.
No days
No,
off.
he literally said, y'all got some homework. I was like, oh.
25 records from y'all.
I was like,
Wow.
I was like, I'm gonna let D2 talk.
It's ambitious, but it also seems
yeah.
very
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah,
for sure.
absolutely.
And
Yeah.
really seemed like a small task. to
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, no.
And when you love what you do, it doesn't
For
seem
sure.
like work.
No,
You know what I
not at
mean?
all,
And
not at
I think this side, the project is called Side A. I'm really excited for the next project, which
Yeah.
we're already start working on because this is so me. So I'm excited for it because I heard one of the records. Well, I heard one of the beats for the record, and I was like, oh yeah,
It's about to go
This
crazy.
is it.
this is
Yeah.
it. This is it. So I'm super excited.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm excited for y'all. Congratulations.
Yes,
Can't
yes.
wait till May 1st.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
And the rest of the project.
Yeah, for sure.
It brings me joy to have seen it from the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, before you
Yeah.
guys were even
Mhm.
talking.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy because
I
I'm
think you
talking to
sitting
you
here
and
in the
listening
studio
to
to
you.
talk to me
Yeah.
about something else.
Listening to you and then listening to you, and I'm like, this just seemed like,
Yeah.
you know, there should be a collective here. So
for sure.
it gives me it's like a God wink.
Yeah.
You know, like
yeah.
God allowed me to get, you know,
Yeah.
a good
I
view
see.
of how all of this is
And
coming
that's how it
together.
should be. And I think I spoke about this a little earlier, but it should be where we all support each other. There are so many talented people that we're around every day.
Facts.
You know, like I shouted out KP earlier. Like anytime I get the opportunity to either work with KP or send him to somebody else, which I
Yeah.
did earlier this week, he was like, bro, like you keep sending me gigs, and I'm gonna continue to because that's what we should do.
Right.
We should use we got all these gifts.
Yeah.
I reached out to you for graphics. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just that's how it should be. So
yeah.
these genuine relationships should happen because that's why these cameos and stuff like that happen. They're not on accident because I want you guys to be seen. I want Dwight to be seen. I want you to be seen, and all these people. So that's how it should be.
No doubt. And as you were talking, I was
Mhm.
thinking, last week I went to speak at a prison,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a guy there in the prison who said, I want to sing a song.
Wow.
And so when he said it, everybody went, uh-oh. You know, because you never know when somebody
Yeah, what
say
up, Three?
they want to sing a song,
Yeah.
what we about to get here?
Yeah.
And he stood up, and my God, did he sing.
Mm.
I mean, I ain't know none of the words, but I was about to
Wow.
sing something
Wow.
just along with it. But it was soul stirring.
Yeah.
And just as I'm hearing you talk about using all the gifts and you know doing what you can, I think about not just people that have expired
Mm-hmm.
before they got a chance to utilize their gifts, but people whose positioning
Mm-hmm.
prevents them
For sure.
from doing certain things.
Yeah.
And as I said to him that day, I said, in order for you to know
Mm.
how to sing, like in order for you to have that kind of gift, you know God. And you know how to use what you got where you are. You don't have to be out here in order to create change,
Yeah.
you know, with your gift. And I love that you guys started where you are,
Yeah.
because I think that you do your part. You know, my good sis Dee Dee Renee says all the time, God's will, I will. And I think when you do your part, God does his part,
Yeah.
and magic happens.
Wow.
You know, in the earth for everybody else to see.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
congratulations on the
Yes,
magic
thank
you're
you.
creating.
Appreciate you.
So grateful to be
Yeah.
a part of it in any
Yes.
capacity, and I cannot
Yes.
wait to see what's next.
Yeah.
Right
Thank
here,
you,
right
thank
now.
you. Yeah, right here, right now. May 1st.
Check it out. Check it out.